Welcome everybody to my attempt making Battlecry playable in standard with the new addition from our Phyrexia all will be one, and this is our Ria Ivor Bane of Bladehold, a 4 mana 3/4, and I know it's maybe a good commander, but I try to make it playable in standard, and it says whenever a creature attack, we choose a creature at the beginning of the combat, and whenever this creature attack, instead of dealing combat damage, we create that much might tokens that cannot block but has toxic. So this allows us to create a really wide board really fast, but also maybe to poison our opponent. But the main idea of my deck building here was the Battlecry passive, if you wanna call it like this, because what does Battlecry do? If for you who is not familiar with it, Battlecry says whenever this creature attacks with Battlecry, all other attacking creatures get +1/+0 until end of turn. So we can make all our tokens or every of the whole board that is attacking, for example, so it can swing for lethal damage or just produce more value. In this case, we can create more might, for example. And this is how I come up with this Orzhov build. I didn't want to go into the Esper, but it's definitely possible in Esper Flyers build where you can also overflow the board with tokens and life gain. I tried more conventional way, and this deck looked much different at the beginning when I was building it than now. Really nice inclusions here are our Lunarch Veteran, but also our LSE Callmaster who can drain our opponent because we have a lot of tokens, and because we can kill all the tokens. You know I love to drain synergies, and this is why the Il Master made into the deck, but also for the life gain and life loss from our opponent, but also because I want to utilize a little bit Voice of the Blast. It's a 2 mana 2/2 that grows each time we get life, and life we can get plenty of it also with our Hive. Yes, I know another attempt to make Hive playable. Will it be playable? You will find out in the gameplay part. To support this deck archetype on the 3 drops, we have of course Adeline, an amazing token producer, but also Vigilant Threat that can just go for a lot of damage, but also we can choose instead of damage maybe go for toxic damage. And if we meet an opponent that is a mirror matchup, so he has a lot of life, we can easily go for Toxic Win, so we can just point our Ria ability on our Adeline and get a bunch of might tokens that can go next turn for lethal toxic damage. Geeks should help us with the card draw, but after a few testing I'm gonna tell you this is maybe not the best approach for the card draw. Maybe some other additions like Wedding Announcement will be also really helpful, because the double black on turn 3 is really difficult to reach, and we have also a double white on turn 3 and double white on turn 2 that we need to hit. So Geeks is maybe not the best addition, but so far in the testing I had a lot of fun with it, especially if we can draw so many cards with our might tokens, and especially if we also have the life gain enabled, we don't have any limits in this deck. For the mana base, basic 24 lands, I don't change on the mana really much, and I never really had an issue to cast my spells on curve. Sometimes I felt like maybe a little bit more of Black Swords, but let it like it is. I think you're gonna enjoy it a lot. This being said, let's go straight to the gameplay. And here we are against Reich with our Battlecry Orzhov build, and as I already mentioned, this deck was looking totally different, totally opposite. Lie Down Arms, probably a dead card currently, but we're gonna see how fast my opponent can do here something, and let's see if Horobi gonna carry me so far that I'm gonna do something. But my opponent looks like a poison deck, and Reich maybe likes to poison people, but let's see how Battlecry will poison him. And this deck can escalate really fast. It looked really different at the beginning when I was building it compared to now, how it's looking now, but everything is possible, everything is good. So we're gonna check if we can outvalue our opponent. And to be honest, Battlecry is a really cool mechanic. I like it really much, but sure. But the fact that it takes a time to get rolling, keep rolling, is a little bit annoying, let's say. And usually turn 5, turn 6 are really decisive for us. So now we are in turn 3, next turn, turn 4, we can maybe remove something if we top deck a basic, play also our Lunarch Veteran, and I want to first attack with Horobi, of course, to check if I get the basic land to remove our Road Priest. If opponent let me, of course. Most likely they have this Toivar X1 spell. And Reich is really concerned why I have Horobi. I think a lot of people are, but I think this card, in certain builds, especially in this one where you don't have access to insta card draw, is a really good card. A really good possibility. And here... That is actually a different take on a deck than I thought it will be. But okay, my opponent reached Corrupt, so his land will definitely provide him with some value here. And let's see. Give me the reds. There's another. I was building another deck that is built around reds, but I'm missing a little bit wildcard, so it's definitely coming in the future. Don't worry about that. So now we're gonna go attack all. Let's see if my opponent will be able to do something. And here we can easy kill the token. Why? Because this is a 2-2, and sadly not the draw that I wanted to have, but okay. So I can play a 1-drop and then keep up. No, I can even play Voice. Yes, I can play Voice, keep up Eiganjo. I can target the token. This is why it's lighting up. I can target the token. I think I'm gonna play Voice. Next turn Luminarch and then attack with all. I think this will be the best play I can make here, because now I still can Eiganjo, for example, the double striker or the road priest or whatever we have there, to just get the protection out of my opponent, but also maybe see what my opponent is planning to do. Currently not so close to die through poison. If I will be at like about at 5 or 6, I will be scared, because these decks tend to escalate really quickly out of nowhere. But right now, not really scared. I think if we top deck now our knight, we will... Okay, another priest. Okay. Still okay. One white source. Ooh, nice. So this is a lot of damage, a lot of things, but lucky we have things like Eiganjo here sitting, and doesn't matter how much plus you get, you will get Eiganjot. Another Horobi is actually not... now I played the land. This is a mistake. Don't make these mistakes that I did, because this way I would have... We're gonna sacrifice the red. Sure, I know, doesn't really play in anything. Brutal Qatar is a good top deck. Thinking about should I Brutal Qatar even something or not. But now I'm at 5, so I think I will Brutal Qatar a Road Priest. Because my opponent has Homestead Courage and maybe something else where he can follow up, and this will reduce or increase my poison count. It's really much. This is why here we go for trees. Yeah, a lot of damage, bro. You need... Wait. 12 damage, right? Yeah. That's 12 damage. So my opponent should consider maybe to chump block somewhere, to not being down to 1 life. Okay. Okay. Then Brutally Qatari. Get some life. Exile it. It's not a target. I'm not targeting his creature. It just says exile target creature and opponent control, so I'm not targeting. Not targeting, this is why it doesn't blink it. It is okay. Annex, sure. Good card, by the way, but doesn't hit Sheldred, and this is the main problem why I never include it in almost any of my builds. You will get flying this turn, right? So let's go. Yes. Then let's go in. Get a creature. Get more flying. And we sacrifice... You? Doesn't really matter, right? 6, 9 in the air. A little bit. I took it too serious. Way too serious. Well, let's go next. And here we are against Ginger Ninja. On the play again, good lie down arms, again a dead card in my hand, but I consider the Horobis will carry me over the line, and especially double Horobi is a really powerful play that you can do, because the first Horobi will give you all the reds that was produced by the Horobis. And if I top deck a basic, then I will play Horobi into lie down arms. If I don't top deck a basic, I'm gonna play Adeline, because this will be the more powerful play, and it looks like my opponent is on mono black mid-range, or mono black I kill everything I see. So we're gonna play you, and we're gonna play you. You're a good card draw, but card draw is cover, to be honest, right? So am I sad if my opponent kills the Geeks? Not really, right? Am I sad if opponent kills Adeline? Yes. I want to play an Adeline next turn. Sadly that I didn't top deck a basic again. This is what my consideration is. Instead of fly down arms, maybe something like the Wardly Light will be a better play. But let's play our Gixie. Let's see what my opponent has on 3, if he has some removals. So you are mono black. I think it's with Corrupt. I saw a similar version of mono black with Crystal Grotto that utilizes...
No more distractions.
Utilize this card with Corrupt. This is why the Scry is there to just Scry more consistent for the Corrupt. Again, not the card that I wanted, but okay. Sure. In this case, let's go like you. Let's go after you. And the token goes after you. And we kill you. Good, no? Good synergy here. I think this is a good synergy. Okay, this is also a good top deck.
I know when I'm not wanted.
Because this way we can evolve the Sleeper to death and say, show me what you got with your Shieldred. Shieldred is taking care of Viburtu. Qatar. Ginger Ninja. Ginger Ninja. Bam! Let's go next. I love it. Without battle cry, but I love it. And here we go, on the play against Miklos. Game is really nice today to me. Let me play on the play. And this is always really good, for us at least. And let's see if my opponent is a mono-red opponent. Okay. No, we're not gonna block, don't worry. Don't worry, my friend, we're gonna go to the live and get our Voice of the Blast bigger next. Lightning Strike will go to the Voice of the Blast, most likely, because otherwise Voice of the Blast will take over this game so fast. And this is again good, because Lumina Veteran stays alive and give us the possibility to gain more things. Do I plan to play you next turn? Maybe. Because this will draw me a bunch of cards, right? So this will give me a bunch of life back. My opponent basically never played the game, because I'm back at 20 life, and this is where mono red breaks apart. If by turn 3 you are still on your life total, then mono red is like, what am I doing wrong? Why am I doing it wrong? And with top deck a black source, Geek's gonna draw me so much cards. Sure, my friend. We didn't top deck a black source. Okay. But we're gonna get so much life. So much life. Incredible amount of life. 22. So against mono red, I had a really nice game against mono red, where the Hive won me the game. I could battle cry and create instantly 2 tokens, the 3 tokens. My tokens give me instantly Corrupt for the Hive to give me lifelink, and then I played Hive and attacked at him with 5 tokens. Meanwhile, with lifelink against mono red, I was on 1 life. Sadly, I didn't record it wasn't testing to that morning, and with 1 life, and the dude says hi, so maybe it's one of you who are watching my videos, and then with 1 life I swinged with 5 tokens with battle cry. They all get +2/+1 or +2/+0. And gave me so much life back that opponent is just instantly scooped. That was amazing. Was really cool. I liked it. So opponent, I don't know. This is just like Schaden minimizing, Schadenbegrenzung in German. So you reduce the damage that is coming towards you, because this is a lot of damage. down to 1. And next turn that's my opponent dead, I think. I don't see how mono red get out of it. Jaya is a cool inclusion, but I don't know why you should not play something else.
Fight everything with fire.
Okay, deal 2 damage to it. Good game mono red, good game. Doesn't matter where, please let me just finish him, yes. Thank you Miklos for this beautiful game. And we're gonna go check another one out. And here we are on the draw, and this hand tells me you need to lose because there is nothing. And finally we have our Ria Ivor, our knight. And we're gonna mulligan this one. This is okay. We're gonna sorry, we're gonna go second this way. Hive is not the best card here. We're gonna go veteran into maybe something else. Okay. Brutal Qatar is actually really good to be on the draw. And my opponent looks like an Esper Legends, right? Esper Hive Legends, my friends. So this is... Don't show him the black color. This is definitely something my opponent is looking to do here. Wedding announcement, sure. Which tokens are more dangerous for me is always a really good question, but I think I will take the soldier tokens because they can block and go for some damage. Hive does the rest for me. Down to 4, my opponent cannot really attack. I can block. Oh, you have the Eiganjo, right? On a wedding, the Wandering Emperor. It's okay. Better now than later. Ouch. Better now than later. So, we still didn't draw our... whatchamacallit? Still didn't draw our land here. Let's go then for you. Brutal Qatar takes you. You go for you. Go down to 3.
I'm not impressed.
So Brutal Qatars are doing jobs here because the tokens go away, and even if my opponent removes now Brutal Qatar, doesn't get any value back, right? So it's a pure removal, clean removal. Pure removal sounds a little bit weird, especially if you speak German. Joking, of course, my friends. Don't hair picking here. Sorry. So I'm thinking, if I top deck a land, will I really play Riva, or do I play Adeline with another Lumina Aspirant? Because this way... Ooh, nice! Ooh, I love your approach to it. I love your approach. Si, senor. I love your Phyrexian approach to it. So, Ria will not be helpful right now. Scheiße. Not good. This is not good. Let's remove you. And on who do we focus? On Vraska or on Wandering Emperor? Because Wandering Emperor can minus next turn and kill or gain life also for him. But Vraska can make the tokens huge. I think I go on Vraska, right? I think I go on Vraska. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool approach from my opponent. Vraska with Horobi would also be a really cool addition, because Horobi instantly has haste, so even if we top deck it like now in the mid game, we can instantly pop it and take all the reds to us, right? This will be super cool. This will be cool. So let's see, my opponent, life doesn't matter now for my opponent, and this is okay. Really cool addition, I like it. I like what my opponent is trying to do here. And another wedding announcement, okay. I like it. A little bit too late, huh? Who's screaming there? A little bit too late, I think. But... let's see. The problem are these two big dudes, huh? So let's play you first. Get some life in return. Let's play you. lose some life in return, but we're gonna get some life back, don't worry. Then 1-2 goes on you. And do I really care to attack the face or not? Because he will get so much life here, right? What I need now is... What do I need right now is the question. Is to turn it to night. This can stay back. Just in case. The token goes to the face. Also doesn't really matter. Just for life is good. Vraska was the game changer, I think, right? This is what I told you maybe before, you remember, before I made my vacation. I told you that turn 3 and turn 5 in current standard is one of the most impactful turns you can have in standard. And my opponent is popping off like crazy, and I'm not even mad about it because this is amazing. Ace Azul, what you are doing here, super good. So far I didn't saw a single removal other than the Icor, and this is definitely showing that my opponent is trying to proliferate here a lot. Nine. Sure. Sure. Not the draw I wanted. Not the draw I needed. Can turn it to night. I can survive the next turn, right? No, I can't. No, I can't. I block 1, 2, 3, 4. He will attack with 1. With 1, 2, 2. If he has a removal, I'm dead, right? Yeah. I think this is it, my friends. I think this is it. I'm missing a land to play Luminarch with Ivor. Should I show him what I'm up to? Because I can get 2 life, right? This will get me now 2 life because of the... or 3 life because it enters the battlefield. And my opponent has something else, some like other Wandering Emperor or something. So I'm gonna go attack with him, and instead of dealing damage, it will create 2 creatures, right? These creatures will trigger the life gain. But my opponent is just breaking everything apart. You see, he don't even care to take away the Wandering Emperor with 7/7.
Let your blade do the talking.
Okay. Ace Azur, I like what you do. Perfect. Super good. Good game, my friend. Good game. Hands off. Amazing game. Amazing deck. I like what you try to do, and the Rite of Oblivion. My opponent had also a really nice curve, huh? Hive into Radiant Announcements, into Wandering Emperor, into Vraska. Sugar curve. There is nothing else you can do. But it's okay. It's definitely very good. So let's go check another one out. I think for one more we have time. Yes, definitely we have time for one more, so let's go. We go first against Butlerman, and this hand looks like we can finally pop off our battle cry. This is why I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna play the veteran, and we're gonna see and hope that we get our black source. We have plenty of black sources in our deck, and get some stuff going here. Popping our Voice of the Blast. Let's see if my opponent has go for Throat. Most likely he does, but this is okay. It will make the path for our Adeline free. He's still holding it. He's still holding it. Obviously he's holding it, bro. Like, do whatever you want. Are you... This is maybe the downside of the edict. That if you have stuff like this, difficult to do something, right? Grave Trespasser, sure. Take it, my friend. Can already exile it. Aye. This will be amazing representation for the battle cry, but we can maybe toxic my opponent, so let's see. Let's see if he can toxic my opponent. You and you. Right? Right. Not mad if my opponent gonna black the 3-3 by exchange, but this will create 5 toxic dudes, and this means 2 turns, and you are dead man. No, even next turn he's a dead man. Dead man walking. Because battle cry. You know it. We're gonna do it, my friends. We're gonna do it! I love when we're gonna do it. I love it. I love it. Let me do it, please. Let me please do it. Please, bro. Please. Let me kill you. Let me kill you. I'm not... No! Every time. Every time. I'm not even gonna exile the thingy. Not even gonna exile it. You know how much damage this was? You know how much damage this was? This is 10. This is 11, 12. Because with Battle Cry +1 +0 for everything, they will be 2 1s. This will be 2 1s, and this dude will be just incredible. Incredible. I hate when this happens, but I don't know what should I do to collect some cool clips for you or to do something, but let's try another one. Maybe we get something there, and then maybe I go and play something just to get a clip for you that you're gonna see it in action. And here we are with actually not a bad hand. We have some control elements, we have Hive, so maybe we're gonna do something with it. Let's keep it. And not gonna play the Sanctum first. Simple reason, because lay down arms need the basic planes. This will bring me a little bit closer to things that I want to do, right? So Hive, obviously, and next turn we're gonna see if Geek's gonna draw me. Geeks I cannot play double thing, but Brutal Qatar or Thingy will see a target. Okay. Wow. Double click. How amazing is this? Missed a land drop, give my opponent the chance to recover, but this is okay. It's not okay, obviously. I just threw away a whole turn, and let's see if we can do something from here. My opponent is on Junt. Junt, good stuff maybe. Junt, I'm gonna kill her. This is a copy from Crocus list, right? It's a copy from Crocus list. My opponent decides that this is a good approach. Sure. Question is how we're gonna do it, right? I can get rid of Cheeky Bricky, and this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of Cheeky Bricky. Gonna play the Sadistic Pilgrim. Gonna go for 1, 2. This will enable Corrupt, right? That's actually good. 3. This will enable Corrupt. Corrupt will give me lifelink, so then my opponent has maybe difficult times to recover from it. Right now we need another black source to be able to do everything that we want to do. I'm not sure if my opponent runs Tiras under main deck, but... Oof. Okay. But it looks like we're gonna toxic our opponent to death with this amount of blockers and this amount of hives. This is definitely something my opponent needs to be careful of. Titan. Okay, Titan can deal with one hive, but not with all of them. And he creates one. Okay. Give me a black source. Yes. Thank you, game. Do you have reanimation? Question mark. This will draw me 0 cards, but this... Okay. Each opponent sacrifice, return. Return you and you. My opponent gets 1, so we're gonna chill for 1 turn. Next turn, you know, next turn. Remove the token, play the Sadistic Pilgrim, opponent blocks. Okay. opponent, he double Titan of Industry, painful, but c'est la vie, I would say. Right, right. Okay. Let's go play the token. Remove you. Sadistic Pilgrim. Two comes true, right? Yeah. Let's go. Two comes true. Up to 7. Drain my opponent for a little bit. Let's see if my opponent hit another Titan now. Okay. 1. Okay, go for throat. Sure. Attack all. This is 7. That's lethal, right? Yeah, my opponent found the lethal. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna make cut here because I don't think I will find a game where my opponent gonna stay. Very unlucky. I mean, very unlucky. Very lucky for my opponent to have 2 Titans with his 1 or 2 cards that were left, right? And he had Titans, both of them Titans in the hand. But Celebi, I'm gonna try to get some clips with Battle Cry for you. If some opponent gonna stay, maybe in the play queue. But would I recommend to craft this deck? Right now, not. To be honest, right now, not. I think we are lacking some tools for it. I thought at the beginning maybe to go more aggro with Mardu, but again, we don't have the land base to go Mardu aggressive because we need a better land base for this to work. Also without Hive. But I am definitely interested to experiment here a little bit more with Riva, also with Mondrak to double the tokens that we get in. So if we attack with, I don't know, with a 5-powered creature, for example, we get 10 tokens, and these 10 tokens instantly can poison my opponent if we are in the right condition. And this is definitely something I think will be interesting to do. You saw it here maybe. I think if my opponent will not top deck double Titan, we would have killed my opponent pretty easy. After the 1 Titan, I could recover. I can recover. After the 2nd Titan, hard, really difficult, providing bodies, providing removal for the enchantment, leaving me with a low life gain because double Hive drains you a lot, is I think not the right way. And is this deck fun to play? Yeah, it has definitely some really interesting pattern, some really interesting plays. I also was considering replacing the Geeks with Waiting Announcement maybe, because Waiting Announcement will not also play good with Battle Cry, because producing tokens and make everything a little bit bigger, and Battle Cry makes them more bigger, but also can draw you cards. This is basically why I have Geeks in the deck. But if you want to stay true to the white color, and we are more in white because of Adeline is more impactful than Geeks, I would definitely recommend replace Geeks with Waiting Announcement, or if you don't have all the Geekses, maybe add 1 Geeks and then more Waiting Announcement, and so on and so on. So experiment with it. 3 drops are definitely something where there are a lot of possibilities. For 4 drops, you can look. I had Mondrak at the beginning, I had Wandering Emperor at the beginning, then decided to exchange them all for more smoother curve, let's say, because I wanted to have a nice turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4 maybe double spell, or turn 4 Battle Cry enabling, to just swing in for a lot of damage and be effective against a lot of decks. Yeah, otherwise I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you like it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao!